गुड मॉर्निंग स्टूडेंट्स, वेलकम टू सहायक एजुकेशन। सहायक एजुकेशन में आपका स्वागत है। 10th क्लास की सीरीज ऑफ वीडियोस के अंदर वील बी डिस्कसिंग अबाउट मैथ्स चैप्टर 7 व्हिच इज कोऑर्डिनेट ज्योमेट्री। सो कोऑर्डिनेट ज्योमेट्री के अंदर हम बेसिक से लेकर एडवांस तक जाएंगे। जिसने आज तक भी कभी कोऑर्डिनेट ज्योमेट्री नहीं पढ़ी है वो भी इस सब्जेक्ट इस टॉपिक के अंदर 90% से ज्यादा मार्क्स लेके आएगा। ओके, आई कैन गारंटी दैट। तो प्लीज इस वीडियो को शुरू से लेकर आखिरी तक देखिएगा। वील बी डिस्कसिंग अ लॉट ऑफ क्वेश्चंस। प्लीज सब्सक्राइब टू द चैनल एंड बिफोर द एग्जाम्स we'll be discussing about a few questions. So please subscribe to channel so that you will keep on getting the notifications about the new videos. Okay, so without wasting time, let me just start. So this is the coordinate geometry. So why the use of coordinate geometry? Why do we require coordinate geometry? See, we have on earth we have different coordinates. Coordinates means like the earth is made like this, and if I have to point out any particular place on earth like this point, how will I exactly point out which place I am in? For that, we have created the coordinates. Okay, we have created the longitudes and latitudes. And with the help of longitudes and latitudes, we will be able to identify which exact location we are talking about. Okay, so it is actually required to identify any specific place in a two-dimensional or a three-dimensional plane. Okay, so if I have to identify this, so I'll say which longitude and which latitude it is in, and with the help of longitudes and latitudes we will be able to identify that. In the similar manner, I just clear it up. In the similar manner, so we have x on a two-dimensional plane. We have x and y axis. We have x and y axis. You have studied in the ninth chapter, ninth standard, but in case still you missed out, so I'll just tell you. So this is the kind of a two-dimensional plane which we are working on, and this dimension, a number line kind of a thing, is known as x-axis. This is known as x-axis. So this is it is horizontal to the ground. It is horizontal to the ground. And the other axis is called y-axis, which is vertical to the ground. And the point where the x-axis and the y-axis meet, the center point, this point is called as origin. This point is called as origin. So this is a plane now. This is a plane where we have x-axis, we have y-axis, and we have origin. Now we'll see on what are the different quadrants, because it is dividing the entire plane into 4 parts. Okay, so this is called the first quadrant, the quadrant 1. The quadrant 1 has both the numbers as positive. See, the x side is positive here and the y side is positive here. So the entire plane was divided into 4 quadrants. The first quadrant is positive, positive. So please remember how basically sometimes they ask which quadrant is this, which quadrant is out of 4 quadrants, they ask which quadrant. So you should know the positive, positive is the first quadrant. Positive, positive. You'll remember it because positive is something which everybody wants. Okay, positive, positive is the first quadrant. Then comes the second quadrant, which is minus, plus. Minus, plus is, see, x is minus and y is positive. So this is quadrant 2. Similarly, we have quadrant 3 where we have everything negative, 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 and we have quadrant 4, which is positive, negative. So we have x is positive, y is negative. Okay. Now coming to certain other certain things. So how exactly we locate a point? Now you can see this red point. This red point is the distance. What is the distance of this point from x-axis? It is 3 centimeters or 3 units. Now this distance from y-axis, not from x-axis, this is from y-axis. The distance from y-axis is called the x coordinate. So it is represented by 3, 5. So the first letter which we write, 3, it is the distance from y, and 5 is the distance from x. You can see. So 3 is the distance from y and 5 is the distance from x. Okay, but this is called xy coordinates. This is called xy coordinates. So this is x. This is x coordinate. What is the x coordinate? We also called x coordinate as abscissa. We also called x coordinate as abscissa, and it is the distance from y-axis. It is the distance from y-axis. Now the second one is called y coordinate. It is also called ordinate, and it is the distance from x-axis. So please remember that certain kids, they remember x coordinates, y coordinate, but they miss out on abscissa and ordinate. Please remember these words, because sometimes in exams they use this word very commonly. So please remember, when we talk about any point, when we talk about the x, so it is, when we talk about x, the value 3 here, it is the distance from y-axis. It is the distance from y-axis. Sometimes kids get confused why it is mentioned, why it is not the distance from x-axis, because it is mentioned as x. So the value x here is the distance from y-axis. So basically, if you want to see where, when we say x, what is it? It is that we are moving on x-axis 3 units, and then we have 5. So that means we are moving in y direction 5 units. So that's why it has come to 3, 5. It has come to 3, 5. Now, if I say a point, this. So what is this point? This point will be, I am moving 1 towards x. It's a positive one. So it will be 1. And then I'm moving in a negative direction towards y to reach this point. So it will be -2. So first we denote x and then we denote y. Okay, coming to next. See, let's do some practice to find out how to place the points. It's a pretty simple one though, but you should remember. The first thing is 0, 0. What is 0, 0? The 0, 0 is also called as origin. Origin. And this is the point. The center point is called origin, where the x-axis is also, x and y-axis are meeting. Okay, the value of x is 0 and the y is also 0. So this is the point 0, 0. Coming to next, -1, 4. See, we know that the values positive will come here. The negative, positive, negative, positive will come here. Negative will come here, and positive negative will come here. Okay, we know this point. Now, by looking at this, we know this is minus, this is negative, positive. So negative, positive, we can directly see where exactly is going to lie. Negative, positive. Negative, positive is going to lie in the second quadrant. So it is -1. So we'll move to in the x direction towards -1. So this is the point -1. Then we move in the y direction 4. So we'll move to 4. So this point here is -1, 4. Coming to next, -2, -5. Now again, it is minus. So both the things are minus, so it will lie in third quadrant for sure. Now, first we'll move in the x direction. Okay, let's move to the x direction. We'll come to -2, and then we'll move in -5 in the y direction. So we'll come to -5. So this point comes somewhere here. So this is -2, -5 point. Okay, let's do a few more practice. 5 -4. So it's a positive, negative. So positive, negative will come in the fourth quadrant. So we'll first move in the x direction 5 points. We'll come here, and then we'll go to -4. So -4 will come somewhere here. So this point will be 5, 5, not 5, -4. And coming to 3, 6. 3, 6 is both are positive, so it will come to the first quadrant. So first we'll move to 3, and then we'll go to 6. So it will become 3, 6. So this is the point 3, 6. Then we have point 0, 4. 0, x-axis is 0. So it means we are not moving anywhere on the x-axis. Then we have to move towards the y-axis 4 points. So this is the point which is 0, 4. So any point when I say 0, 4, where exactly it will lie? Because x is 0, and y is 4, so it will lie on y-axis. Similarly, if I take a point 3, 0, so 3, 0, so we'll move 3 on the x-axis, this is the point, and then 0 on y-axis. So this is the point 3, 0. So any point where we have 3, 0, where we have the value for x, but the value of y is 0, it will lie on x-axis. So please remember certain things. Okay, now coming to distance formula. See, we in the coordinate geometry, in case I am at one place, the other person is at other place, and I know the location of both, then there should be some mechanism by which I will be able to find out the distance between those 2 points. Those 2 points. Now see, there is one person here and the other person here. Now, how to find out distance? Let me just make it on a plane. Now, so this will have some value, say x1, y1, x1, y1, and this has a value x2, y2. Now, how will I find the distance between those? So this distance formula gives you that information. It's a pretty simple formula. Okay, the formula says d is equal to square root of x2 minus x1 whole square plus y2 minus y1 whole square. Okay, so some people can actually cram it, but it is not very difficult to remember. The time you'll have some, you must have done some 10-15 questions. You'll remember this formula by heart. Anyways, I'll explain how this formula is arrived. So this formula is arrived. See, when there are 2 points, say there are 2 points. So there is one point here and there is another point here. Okay. Now, so this point is, say, x2, y2, and this point is x1, y1. So when I say, what is x1 here? X1 is the distance here. X1 from 0 to this point will be x1. And from 0 to this point will be x2. Isn't it? So if I have to find the distance between these 2 points, I'm going to find out using the Pythagoras theorem. So this value comes out to be x2 minus x1. So how to find the distance between x1 and x2? If I subtract x1 from x2, this will give me the distance. This will give me this distance. Similarly, this distance will be y2 minus y1. Okay, so we know that the distance on x-axis is x2 minus x1, and distance on y-axis is y2 minus y1. Now we have to find the distance between these 2 points. And we know by Pythagoras theorem, it is the hypotenuse. We know that hypotenuse square is equal to base square plus perpendicular square. This we have learned in the past. Now, what is base? Base is x2 minus x1 whole square. And what's perpendicular? It is y2 minus y1 whole square. Now, if I have to find the value of h, it comes out to be square root of x2 minus x1 whole square plus y2 minus y1 whole square. So this is the same formula. This is the distance formula in coordinate geometry. Please remember one thing. Say I can take any point as x1, y1. So if I have to find the distance between one point, I'll just clear it up. So I have to find the distance between, I'll say x1, y1 and x2, y2. These are the 2 points. One point is 3, 5, and the other point is, say, 2, minus 4. So if I have to find the distance, I can consider anything as x1, y1, anything as x2, y2. So it is not something that x2 minus x1 whole square is equal to x1 minus x2 whole square. Always. Why? Because the square is a positive number. So whatever number here, whether if it comes as negative, the square will be positive. If it comes as negative, the square will be positive. So this 2 values, please remember this part, that x2 minus x1 whole square and x1 minus x2 whole square is same. But keep it consistent. Keep it consistent means when you're considering some values as x1, y1, the other value should be x2, y2. You cannot consider x1, y2. You cannot consider these kind of things. Okay, keep the numbers consistent. I've seen certain mistakes when I was checking a few copies. I've seen certain people making such kind of mistakes also, where they considered from one value they considered x, from the other value they considered y, and they made some certain mistakes. Okay, so the distance formula, we should remember it. So this is the way I mentioned how exactly we compute it. Now coming to distance of a point from origin. So in case I have to find the distance from origin, it is much more simpler. Why? Because we know what is origin. What is origin? Is the point 0, 0, right? So if I have to find the distance from origin, it is easy. Reason being, when I have the formula, what is h? Or h, or distance formula, I'll say d is equal to square root x2 minus x1 plus y2 minus y1 whole square. Now there are points, say x1, y1 is 0, 0, and x2, y2 is, I'll just consider x2, y2. So what will it be? So it will become x2 minus 0, it's this whole square, plus y2 minus 0 whole square root. So it becomes the square root of x2 square plus y2 square. So it becomes much more simpler because subtracting 0 is much more simpler. Okay, so this is the formula. Let's clear it up. So d is equal to x square plus y square, and here is the definition how exactly it has come. So this value, the distance from origin to Q is x, and from P to x-axis is y. So the hypotenuse comes out to be square root of x square plus y square, which is the distance between origin and the point xy. Okay, coming to section formula. See, there are only two formulas, two specific formulas in this chapter, which will get you most of 90% of the questions you will be able to solve with those. More than 90% is actually every question you will be able to solve with that. But these two questions are prominent. You have to remember these two by heart. Okay, now what is section formula? Okay, first understand what is section. See, we divide 2 points. So if I say this is point A and this is point B, and say this is a point P, which is lying somewhere, say this distance is 1:3. Now, I need to find out the coordinates of point P, and how exactly I'm going to find it. In those cases, we have to use section formula to identify a point which is dividing the entire line segment, the distance between two ratios, 1:3, 1:1, 2:3, anything. So that's the section formula. And what is the section formula? Section formula, it seems difficult. I'll tell you how exactly we arrive at this formula. So pxy is equal to m1x2. I'll just create the graph here. So this is the value of x and this is the value of y. So I'll just explain. So if this point is x1, y1, and this point is x2, y2, and there is a point P in between, which is dividing in the ratio m1 and m2. Then the value of x for point P. So point P has the coordinates x, y. So the coordinate x will be m1, x2, m1x2 plus m2 x1 divided by m1 plus m2. And same goes with y. Y will be m1 y2, m1 y2 plus m2 y1 divided by m1 plus m2. And m1 plus m2 is the ratio. Okay, it could be 2:3, it could be 5:6, it could be 1:2, or anything. Okay, it can be anything. So it's a pretty simple formula. So by looking at this big thing, it might sound difficult, but it is not. It is not. Okay, so I'll just clear it up. Now, see, sometimes if I have to find the midpoint of something, if I have to find the midpoint. So for finding the midpoint of the points P and Q, the formula is much more simpler. Why? Because the value of M1 becomes 1, value of M2 becomes 1, because when I say there are 2 points and I have to find the midpoint of these, I'll say x1, y1 and x2, y2. I have to find the midpoint. That the midpoint means it is getting divided into the ratio of 1:1. It's getting divided in the ratio of 1:1. So if it is 1:1, the M1, M2 becomes 1. So the value comes out to be x2 plus x1 divided by 1 plus 1, 2, and y1 plus y2 divided by 2. Okay, these are the only formulas which are required for the complete chapter. Now we'll do certain questions, not certain questions, many questions we'll be doing to understand and master the concepts. Let's move in. Okay, so some external knowledge I've also mentioned here. Section formula for external. So as of now, we mentioned that there are 2 points and something is dividing in the ratio M1:M2, right? But there could be other scenarios where there are 2 points and we want it in the ratio. I'll just show with the diagram itself. Now, can you see this? Now, this is the point we want to identify. When the ratio between the point is M:n and the actual points which we want to identify is external to the points. But this is not part of your 10th course. So no question from this will be asked in the exam. So you can be rest assured because it's not part of the NCERT course. Okay, but if you want to remember it for your knowledge, you can remember it. So coming to next, we have examples. So do the points this, and this form a triangle? If so, name the type of triangle formed. Okay, so first understand that what is a triangle? A triangle, in case I have to make a triangle, then there are 3 points. Say 1 point, second point. So this point, I'll just say x1, y1, x2, y2, and x3, y3. So there'll be 3 points. And the distance, say, between these 2 points is P. This point is Q, and this is R. Please remember, for making a triangle, P plus Q should be greater than R. The sum of any 2 sides, should be greater than the third side. The sum of any 2 sides should be greater than the third side. Only then it's going to make a triangle. That's the first thing. And the second thing is, in case P plus Q is equal to R, in case. So this is for triangle. And if it says P plus Q is equal to R, that means they are collinear. Collinear points. Collinear means these 3 points, P, Q, not P, Q, R. These 3 points, x1, y1, x2, y2, and x3, y3 are lying in one straight line. Why? Because we said P plus Q is equal to distance R. So the distance P plus Q is equal to distance R. So in case the sum of 2 sides is equal to the sum of third side, if the sum of 2 sides is equal to the third side, then these points are collinear. And if the sum of 2 sides is greater than the third side, they are going to make a triangle. And in case P plus Q is less than the third side, it will not even a triangle. This will not be a triangle itself. This will not even make a figure, closed figure. It will not even make a closed figure. No figure, no closed figure. Okay, please remember this part, and then we can do this question. Now we'll consider point x1, y1 as 3, 2. The second point x2, y2 as point -2, -3. And the third point x3, y3 as 2, 3. Now, what is the distance between these two? So I'll just say P, Q, and R. These are the points. P is the distance between these two. So let's find P. So the distance formula, P is equal to square root of x2 minus x1. So minus 2 minus 3 whole square plus y2 minus y1 minus 3 minus 2 whole square. Okay. So what is it? So it comes out to be minus 5 whole square is 25. Plus it is again minus 5 whole square is 25. So it comes out to be square root 50, or I can write it as 5 root 2. Okay, so this is the distance P. Now I'll find the distance between Q and R. I'll just make this thick. This is P, Q, and R. I can take anything. Now I'm finding the distance. P I have found is 5 root 2. Now I'm finding the distance between Q and R. Not Q and R, the point x2 by 2 and x3 by 3 to find the distance. This is the distance Q. Okay. Between point x2 by 2 and x3 by 3 is the distance Q. Now, again, the same formula between this point and this point we are doing. So distance Q is equal to square root of 2 minus minus 2. 2 minus minus 2 whole square plus 3 minus minus 3 whole square. So it comes out to be 2 plus 2. 2 plus 2 is 4 square. Plus it is 3 minus minus 3 is 3 plus 3, 6. 6 whole square. 6 whole square is 36. So it comes out to be square root of 16 plus 36. 36 plus 16, 36, 46, and 52. 52. 52, I can write it as a 52 is 4 into 13. I can say it is 4 root 13. Then I have to find the distance between R and, not R and P, the x3, y3 and x1, y1, and we'll call the distance as R. R is equal to, again, we use the same formula. So it is x square root of 2 minus 3 whole square plus 3 minus 2 whole square. So it comes out as square root of, this is minus 1 whole square is 1 plus 3 minus 2, 1 square is 1. So it comes out to be square root 2. Okay. So R is square root 2. This is square root 2. And this is 4 root 13. I'll just. So these are the values, 5 root 2, 4 root 13. So let me just check. If I say 4 root 13 plus 4 root 13, because see, first of all three sides are different. When all three sides are different, that means it's a scalene triangle. So they wanted to know what is the type of triangle formed. It's a scalene triangle. Triangle formed is equal to scalene. Scalene means all three LE scalene. Why? Because SCA, yeah, scalene. Because all three sides are different. No two sides are same. And that's why it is a scalene triangle. That is the first thing. Second thing, I'm just checking whether it's a triangle or not. I want to check 4 root, because it's a smaller number and this is a smaller number. I want to check 4 root 13 plus root 2 should be greater than 5 root 2. This is I want to do, just check for my understanding. So 4 root 13 will be, root 13 will be more than that for sure. So it will be greater than that. It will be greater. So it is going to form a triangle, and the triangle formed will be a scalene triangle. Okay, guys. Okay. So coming to the next question. Show that the points this are vertices of a square. Now, if there are, these are the vertices of a square, just explain it once. What are you going to check? So we are going to check the distance between this this, this. If the distance between all these 4 points is same, we can say that all the 4 sides are equal. So it can be a square, but it can be a rhombus also, because rhombus also has all the 4 sides equal. So what we are going to do? We need to check their diagonals. We need to check the diagonals also. So when we check the diagonals, if the diagonals are equal, that means it is definitely a square. Or alternatively, what we can do, we can check for the diagonals. If the diagonals are equal, and 2 of the sides are equal, so we can say that this is a square. Okay, so let's make this figure. I'll just clear it up and make this figure nicely, and we'll keep the points. This time we'll make it more formally. Okay, we'll take point. This is 1,7. Say 1,7. This is 4,2 minus 1, comma minus 1, and minus 4, comma 4. So these are the 4 points. Okay, and I've joined all these 4 points. And I'm going to check for their diagonals here. Okay, so let's find the distance between the point A, B, C, and D. So let's find the distance AB. What is AB? AB is equal to square root of 4 minus 1 whole square plus 2 minus 7 whole square. I'll just write the formula here. X, not x square, x2 minus x1 whole square plus y2 minus y1 whole square is the distance formula. So 4 minus 1. So what is the value of, I'll just put it here only. It's 4 minus 1 is 3. 3 square is 9 plus 2 minus 7. 2 minus 7 is minus 5. Minus 5 square is 25. So 25 plus 9 comes out to be 34. Now let's find out BC. What is BC? BC is equal to, I'll take 4 minus minus 1 whole square plus 2 minus minus 1 whole square. And what is that? That comes out to be 4 plus 1. 4 plus 1, 5 square is 25 plus 2 plus 1, 3, 9. So it is again square root of 34. Then comes CD. What is CD? I'll again use the same formula. Minus 1 minus minus 4 whole square plus minus 1 minus 4 whole square. What is this? So it's minus 1 minus minus 4. So it becomes minus 1 plus 4. Minus 1 plus 4. Minus 1 plus 4 is 3. So 3 square is 9 plus minus 1 minus 4 is minus 5. Minus 5 square is 25. It is again square root of 34. Now I'm finding DA. DA minus 4 minus 1 whole square plus 4 minus 7 whole square. So what is this? Now minus 1 minus 4 is minus 5. Minus 5 square is 25 plus 4 minus 7 is minus 3. Minus 3 square is 9. So by now we know that this has all 4 sides equal. So all sides are square root of 34, square root of 34, square root of 34, square root of 34. But this does not confirm as of now that this is a square. Reason being, there could be a possibility that the diagonals are not equal and it is a figure of a rhombus. So to identify that, we are going to find the diagonals. Now we'll find the value AC. Okay. AC. AC is equal to AC. I'll take 1 minus minus 1. 1 minus minus 1 whole square plus 7 minus minus 1 whole square. So this is 1 plus 1. 1 plus 1 is 2. 2 square. 2 square is 4 plus. It is 7 plus 1, 8. 8 square is 64. So it becomes square root of 68. Okay, I'm not factorizing it to find out the integer value outside. I'll keep it as it is. Now I have to find out BD. What's the value of BD? Let's find it out. It becomes 4 minus minus 4 whole square plus 2 minus 4 whole square. 4 minus minus 4 is 8. 4 plus 4. 4 plus 4 is 8. And 8 square is 64. Plus 2 minus 4 is minus 2. Minus 2 square. 2 minus 4 is minus 2. Minus 2 square is 4. And this is 68. That means diagonals are same. And hence we can say that figure ABCD is a square. Okay, guys. So coming to the next question. Okay, figure shows the arrangement of desks in a classroom. Ashima, Bharti, and Camilla are seated at these 3 places. Okay. Respectively. Do you think they are seated in a line? Now, I told you that in case they are sitting in a line, then the distance between AB plus BC, so I'll just say the distance AB plus BC should be equal to AC. Let's find out whether distance AB. So the distance between A and B, let's find the distance between A and B. What is AB? AB is equal to, I'll just put the points. This is 3, 1. This is 6, 4. And this is 8, 6. So let's find the distance between A and B. This is square root of 6 minus 3 whole square plus 4 minus 1 whole square. And that comes out to be, 6 minus 3 is 3. 3 square is 9. Plus 4 minus 1 is 3. 3 square is 9. Square root of 18. So this distance is from here to here, it is square root of 18. So square root of 18, I can also write it as 3 root 2. Okay. So it is 3 root 2. So this distance I can write it as 3 root 2 here. Now finding the distance BC. BC is equal to square root of 8 minus 6 whole square. 8 minus 6 whole square plus 6 minus 4 whole square. And this value comes out to be 8 minus 6 is 2. 2 square is 4. Square root of 4 plus 6 minus 2 is 6 minus 4 is 2. 2 square is 4. So it comes out to be square root of 8, which is equal to 2 root 2. So this distance is 2 root 2. This was 3 root 2 and this is 2 root 2. And let's find the distance between A and C. The distance between A and C, square root of, I'm taking very long square root. Okay, 8 minus 3. 8 minus 3 whole square. So I just write 8 minus 3 whole square plus 6 minus 1 whole square. So this value comes out to be 8 minus 3 is 5. 5 square is square root of 25 plus 6 minus 5. 6 minus 1 is 5. 5 square is 25. So this comes out to be 50. Square root of 50. Now square root of 50, if I say, it will come as 25 into 2. So I can say it is 5 root 2. It's 5 root 2. So this entire distance is 5 root 2. So here we can say AC is actually equal to AB plus BC. That means points A, B, and C are collinear, or lie on the same line. Lie on the same line. And hence proofs. Okay. So coming to the next question. Find the relation between x and y such that the point xy is equidistant from the point 7, 1 and 3, 5. Now these are some points. So I'll just say this is the point x, y. So I need to find the distance between this and this so that it is equidistant. So this is 7, 1. Oh, I should not make a triangle, but anyways, 3, 5. Okay, so xy should be equidistant. So we have to find this value, distance between point P and X, P and Q. So this point, I'll say X, P, Q, and R. So you have to find PQ and we have to find RQ. And if the distance is same, we'll find some relationship. Let's see, what is that? So PQ, what is PQ? I can say the square root of X minus 7 whole square plus Y minus 1 whole square. And what is RQ? RQ is square root of X minus 3 whole square plus Y minus 5 whole square. And we know that PQ is equal to RQ, which is given. So I can say that square root of X minus 7 whole square plus Y minus 1 whole square is equal to square root of X minus 3 whole square plus Y minus 5 whole square. I'll take the squares of both the sides. When I take squares of both the sides, it will become X minus 7 whole square, X minus 7 whole square plus Y minus 1 whole square is equal to X minus 3 whole square plus Y minus 5 whole square. Now I'll open their squares. So when I open the squares, the values will be, I require more space here. Anyways, let's go back to this question. Okay. So values will be x square plus 49 minus 14x plus y minus 1 whole square is y square plus 1 minus 2y. And that is equal to here x square plus 9 minus 6y plus y minus 5 whole square is y square plus 25 minus 10y. Now x square will cancel out from x square. Y square will cancel out from y square, because if I take it on the other side, it will become negative and it will cancel out. Now I'll put the values of x on one side and y on one side together. This is minus 14x. And where is x here? Oh, sorry, this is x. What am I doing? X minus 6x. So this is minus 6x. I just move it this side. So it becomes plus 6. So it becomes minus 14x plus 6x. And I'm moving the values of y on the other side. So it becomes minus 10y plus 2y. And I'll keep 25 plus 9. 25 plus 9 is 34. Okay, and here it is 49 plus 1 is 50. So this is the entire equation now. It becomes minus 8. Minus 8x plus 50. I'll just move 50 is equal to, this is minus 10y plus 2y is minus 8y. plus 34. Okay, so I'm just putting 8x to the other side and 50 also to the other side. Or let's keep the constant on one side. So it becomes 8x. I've moved this to other side minus 8y. Okay, and I'm putting 34 to the other side. So it becomes 50 minus 34. 50 minus 34 is 16. And if I divide the entire equation by 2, it becomes x minus y is equal to 2. So this is the equation. This is the equation which they were looking for. And what is the relationship between x and y? So the relationship between x and y is x minus y is equal to 2. Okay. What is x minus y is equal to 2? If I ask you on a plane, what does x minus y is equal to 2 means? The x minus y is equal to 2 means that it is a straight line. It is a straight line on the plane. So if I make a plane here, and draw a line of x minus y is equal to 2, just draw a line here, x and y. So if I put x as 0, the value of y comes as minus 2. If I put the value of y as 0, x comes as 2. So there are 2 points. There are 2 points now, 0 minus 2. Let's place. So 0 minus 2. Where is the point? 0 and minus 2. Somewhere here, 0 comma minus 2. I'm not making it to scale, just for your knowledge. I'm just making it 0 comma minus 2. This is the point. And the other point comes as 2, 0. So this is 2, 0. It will lie on the x-axis. So this is the line. So what does it mean? That every point on that line will satisfy the condition that every point on this line is equidistant from point P and point R. Every point on that line will be equidistant from that thing. I'll just clear it up and explain one more time. So say this is one point and this is second point. And if I make a perpendicular bisector of these, so every point on the line which is making the perpendicular bisector is equidistant from these 2 points. So this is equal to this, this is equal to this, this is equal to this, and there will be thousands and basically millions and infinite number of points which are equidistant. So it's not only one point, this is a series of points. So I cannot define one point here. I have to define a relationship between the points or a line which is equidistant from these 2 points. Okay, so coming to this question, where it says that find a point on the y-axis which is equidistant from the points this and this. Okay, so the point on the y-axis, when we're talking about anything which is on y-axis, this is x-axis and this is y-axis, you can see that the value of x will be 0. The value of x will be 0. So it will be 0 comma y. So this will be the point on y-axis. Please remember that the value of x will be 0 on y-axis. Okay, so we have to find. So let's say the point is, this is point A, this is point B, and this is point which is equidistant from those. I'll just say it is on y-axis 0 comma y. I'll put this point as C. This is the point C which is equidistant and it lies on y-axis. So we have to find AC. What is AC? AC is equal to, so we'll take 0 minus 6 square root of 0 minus 6 whole square plus y minus 5 whole square. And what is not AB, sorry, BC. What is BC? Is equal to square root of, I'll say 0 minus minus 4, 0 minus minus 4 whole square plus y minus 5, y minus 3, y minus 3 whole square. So this comes out to be square root 6 square is 36 plus y minus 5 whole square, and this comes out to be 16 plus y minus 3 whole square. And we know that AC is equal to BC. Because we know AC is equal to BC, we'll equate these. We'll equate this. So that means that gives us that square root of 36 plus y minus 5 whole square is equal to square root of 16 plus y minus 3 whole square. Now we'll squaring both sides. We'll square both sides. What will come? It will come as 36 plus y minus 5 whole square. I'll open this part also. It is y square plus 25 minus 10y is equal to 16 plus y square plus 9 minus 6y. Okay, see, y square will get cancelled with y square. Now we'll put all the variables here. It is 10y and this is minus 6y. So I'll just move 10y here. So it becomes 10y minus 6y. 10y minus 6y is 4y. And I'll put all constants here. 36 minus 25 is 11. 11 minus 16. 11 minus, I'll just take it together. This is 11 minus 16 minus 9. 36. Hey, I'm mistaking. 36 plus 25. I'll just clear it up. I'll just clear it up. Clear. So what does it give? It gives us 4y is equal to 36 plus 25. 36 plus 25 minus 16 minus 9. Minus 9. Okay, 36 minus 16 is 20. 36 minus 16, 20. 20 plus 25 is 45. 45 minus 9 is 36. So 36 is equal to 4y. So the value of y comes out to be 9. So the point 0, 9. Point 0, 9. This is the point which is equidistant from both the points A and B. Okay, let's come to the next question. Find the distance between the following pair of points. This is from NCERT. This is the first question. And it's a pretty simple question. How come? Because we have done these kind of questions, a lot of questions. So what's the formula for finding distance? Distance is equal to x2 minus x1 whole square plus y2 minus y1 whole square. So let's find it out. Here it is x2. x2 is considered at 4. 4 minus 2 whole square plus 1 minus 3 whole square. So it becomes 2 square plus, this is also minus 2 square. So it becomes 4 plus 4 is equal to square root of 8. That is equal to 2 root 2. So distance between these 2 points is 2 root 2. These are pretty simple questions. So let's do it very quickly. Now, these are the points. Again, see, whenever you're doing this question, please write the formula in 10th standard at least, because you would like to, even if you make any mistakes in calculation, if you have written the formula, at least you will get some marks, because the teacher will understand that you knew it, but somehow you made some mistake. So please write the formula always. Okay. Now, square root of, I'll say minus 1 minus minus 5. Minus 1 minus minus 5 whole square plus 3 minus 7 whole square. So it becomes minus 1 plus 5. Minus 1 plus 5 is, minus 1 plus 5 is 4. 4 square is 16. 16 plus 3 minus 7. 3 minus 7 is 4. 4 square is 16. So it comes out to be square root of 32. So I can say square root of 32. 32 is 2 to the power 5. 2 to the power 5. So it is be 4 root 2. 4 for 16. Yes. Coming to the next one. Find the distance between the following pair of points, A, B. So again, we'll use the same formula. We'll write minus A minus A whole square plus minus B whole square. So this comes out to be distance. It comes out to be minus A is minus 2A. Minus 2A whole square is 4A square. And this comes out to be minus B minus 2B. Minus 2B square is 4B square. So we can take 2 common out of this. Basically, 2 will come out. It will become 2A square plus B square. This is the distance. Okay, coming to next. Find the distance between the points 0, 0 and 36, 15. So we already know the distance formula for this in this case is directly we can say x square plus y square, where this is x and this is y. Okay, we can also find it using the normal formula. That will be a little lengthier, a little, basically hardly 30 seconds, it will take more. So we have to, let's do it from the original formula instead of remembering this formula. I'll just say 36 minus 0 whole square plus 15 minus 0 whole square. So it will become square root of 36 square plus 15 square. So what is 36 square? What is 36 square? I don't know. I have to just find out. I know the square is still 30 only. So let me just compute it. 36. We can take something common also, but let's find out. So it comes as 1296. 36 square is 1296 and 15 square is 225. So 1296 plus 225 will give is 1521. 1521, and if you take the square root of it, square root of 1521, this comes out to be 39. This comes out to be 39. So the distance between these points is 39. A little calculation. Okay, but you can use this formula itself, or you can use this formula. Any of the formulas you can use here. Okay, so this question states that determine if the points 1, 5, 2, 3 and minus 2, 11 are collinear. See, any 3 points can be collinear if the sum of the distance between those two is equal to the distance between the third. Like if I say this point is A, this point is B, and this point is C. These points will be collinear if AB plus BC is equal to AC. In this case, they'll be collinear. And in case it's not there, that means they will not be collinear. They'll be making a kind of a triangle. Okay. So let's find out what is the value of AB here. Just so I'll consider this point as A, this point as B, and this point as C. So let's find what is AB. AB is equal to square root. Using the same distance formula, we are finding it. It's 2 minus 1 whole square plus 3 minus 5 whole square. And what is it? It's 2 minus 1 is 1 square plus 3 minus 5 is minus 2 square or 2 square. It is minus 2 square. I'll just write it. It comes out to be minus 2 square. So it comes out to be 1 plus 4 comes out to be square root 5. Okay. Now we are finding what is the value of BC. So in the same format, we are finding square root of, I'll say minus 2 whole square plus minus 11 minus 3 whole square. So this and this we have taken. So it comes out to be, it is minus 2 is 4. Minus 4 whole square is 16 plus minus 11 minus 14. Minus 11 minus 3 is minus 14. Minus 14 square is 196. And if I add it, it's just 6 plus 6, 12, 1, 20. So it is 212. So this comes out to be 212. The first value comes out to be this. Second value comes out to be this. And then we'll find the value of AC also. So AC is equal to square root of -2 minus 1 whole square plus -11 minus 5 whole square. So it comes out to be square root of, this is -2 minus 1 is 3, comes out to be 9 plus -11, so 16. 16 square is 256. This comes out to be square root of 265. See, we can make out from here that AC is not equal to AB plus BC. AC is not equal to AB plus BC. Therefore, the points are not collinear. These are not collinear points. Okay, so let's come to next question. Check whether this, and this are vertices of an isosceles triangle. You guys know what is an isosceles triangle? In an isosceles triangle, two sides of the triangle are equal. So if I consider this A, B, C, this side should be equal to this side. Then only we can say that this is an isosceles triangle. So let's find out the values. So we'll consider this point as A, this point as B, this point as C, and let's find the distance between these 2 points. Now let's find AB first. AB is 6 minus 5 square root of 6 minus 5 whole square plus 4 minus -2 whole square. That comes out to be 6 minus 5 is 1. 1 square is 1 plus 4 plus 2, 6. 6 square is 36. This comes out to be square root of 37. Let's find out what is AC. Is equal to square root 7 minus 5 whole square plus -2 minus -2 whole square. So that comes out to be 7 minus 5 is 2 square is 4 plus this is 2 minus 2 plus 2, 0. So it's 4. Comes out to be square root of 0. So it comes out to be 2. Then we'll find out what's the value of BC. So if BC comes out to be either 2 or square root of 37, then we can say that these points are, this is making an isosceles triangle. Now let's find BC is equal to square root 7 minus 6 whole square plus -2 minus 4 whole square. So 7 minus 6 whole square is 1. Is 1 square is 1, and -2 minus 4 is -6. -6 square is 36. And this value comes out to be square root of 37. So in the triangle, so this is a triangle like this, where we made A, B, and C. It is AB is square root of 37. BC is square root of 37. And this value is 2. So is it an isosceles triangle? Yes. It's an isosceles triangle. Okay, so jump to next question. In a classroom, 4 friends are seated in points. Okay, we can see the 4 points, 4 people sitting there as shown in the figure. Champa and Chameli. Wow, Champa and Chameli walk into the class, and after observing for a few minutes, Champa asked Chameli, "Don't you think ABCD is a square?" Chameli disagrees. Using distance formula, find which of them is correct. Okay, so what we are going to do? We are going to find the distance between these two. Distance between these, distance between these, and distance between these. Okay, we are going to find. So when Okay, we can say it's a square. We can say it's a square only when the distance between these four is same. So AB is equal to BC is equal to CD is equal to AD. So all four are same, and this length of the diagonals is also equal. Then only we can say it is a square, else not. Okay. Now, so first, what is A point? I'll just write it A. What are the coordinates of A? It is 3, 4. So first we'll say it is a 3, 4. So the point is 3, 4. So please don't make mistakes in writing the points. Now what is B? B is 6, 7. What is C? C is 9, 4. And D is 1, 6, 1, 1. Okay, so these are the points. So we can directly check it. What's the difference between this and this? So it is, if we have to find out what is this by Pythagoras theorem, we can find out. Let's use the distance formula to find AB. What is AB? So AB is equal to 6 minus 3 whole square. So 6 minus 3 is 3, 3 square is 9. Plus 7 minus 4 whole square. So 7 minus 4 is again 3, square is 9. So it comes out to be square root 18, or I can say 3 root 2. Let's find out BC. BC is 9 minus 6. 9 minus 6 whole square. So 9 minus 6 is 3. 3 square is 9. Plus 4 minus 7. 4 minus 7 is minus 3. Minus 3 whole square is 9. So it is again square root of 18. It comes out to be 3 root 2. Then find out CD is equal to square root 6 minus 9. 6 minus 9 is minus 3. Minus 3 square is 9. Plus 1 minus 4. 1 minus 4 is minus 3. Minus 3 square is 9. It comes out to be again 3 root 2. Now we'll find dA. dA is, it says 6 minus 3 again. The 6 minus 3. 6 minus 3 is 3. 3 square is 9. Plus minus 1. Sorry. 1 minus 4 is minus 3. Minus 3 square is 9. Square root 18 is equal to 3 root 2. So all the four sides are equal. This equals, this equals, this equals, this. So all four sides are equals. So we know that this can be a square, but we have to find the length of the diagonals also to ensure that it is a square. Okay, it can be a rhombus as of now. So that's why we want to find out whether the distance between, well, see, I can see from here that the distance is same. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. The distance between A and C is 6, and distance between B and C is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I can see from here. But let's find out using the formula. Okay, so let's find what is the value of AC, diagonal. Okay, AC is the diagonal. So we are finding the value of AC, diagonal. I know it is 6, but let's find out using the formula. So first of all, we should write the formula. I've not written the formula anywhere here, but you guys please ensure to write the formula and then put the values. So AC is equal to, I just write it here, x2 minus x1 whole square plus y2 minus y1 whole square. Okay, this is the formula which we have to write. Let's find out what is AC, A and C. 9 minus 3. 9 minus 3 whole square. 9 minus 3 whole square plus 4 minus 4 whole square. 4 minus 4 is 0. 4 minus 4 whole square. So it comes out to be square root of 9. 9 minus 3 is 6 square plus 0 is equal to square root of 36, or you can say it is 6. So the value AC is equal to 6. So from here we can say AC is equal to 6 centimeter. Let's find BC also. BD. BD is equal to square root of. So this is B and this is D. So it says 6 minus 6. whole square plus 1 minus 7 whole square. 1 minus 7 whole square. So this comes out to be 0 plus 6 square. And finally, again, it's come to 6. So AC is equal to BD. Diagonals are equal. So we can say that ABCD is a square. So who's correct? The question was, who is correct? Champa or Chameli? We should not forget the question here. So the Champa asked Chameli, don't you think? Chameli disagrees. Using distance formula, find which one of them is correct. So we can find that this is a square, but which one of them is correct? That's the question. Champa asked Chameli. So Champa is correct because Champa mentioned that don't you think ABCD is a square? So Champa mentioned that this is a square. Okay. So Champa is correct. So answer is Champa. We could have, I'm telling you, some people, some students among us, they must have mentioned that, yes, this is a square. And they would have closed this course, closed this question, and they would have moved to another question. But please remember, the answer is not whether it's a square or not. They wanted to know who among the Champa and Chameli is correct. So the answer is Champa. Please don't do this kind of mistakes, because even if you're good at maths, in case you don't miss out on this one, marks are gone. And everybody wants marks. Okay. Name the type of quadrilateral formed, if any, by the following points, and give reason to your answer. See, one way is I can just plot it and see which one is this. And other way is I just find the distances and then plot it. I should ideally do it through distances. And this is simple one. We should do it through, let's do it -1 with both the methods. So -1, -2. -1 and -2. So this is the point. This is -1, -2. -1, comma, -2. Then 1, 0, 1, 0. So this is the point. 1, 0. -1, 2. -1 and 2. This is the point. This is 1, comma, 0. This is 1, comma, 2. Then -3, comma, 0. -3, comma, 0. So this ting, 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 ting. This seems like a square. Seems like a square. So we can say it is a square. But let's find out using the formula. Okay, so let's consider this point as A, this is B, this is C, and this is D, and find out whether it's a square or not. So we'll find out AB, BC, not AB, 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 BC, CD, DA. Then we'll find out AC and BD. These two are diagonals, AC and BD. So AC, let's find out. Square root. AB, 1 minus -1. 1 minus -1 whole square plus 0 minus -2. 0 minus -2 whole square. So what is this value? 1 plus 2 is 1 plus 2. 2 square is 4. The square root of 4. And this is again 2 square. So 2 square is 4. So I can say square root of 8 is equal to 2 root 2. Okay. Then comes BC. BC. BC is -1, -1, -1. -1, -1 whole square plus 2 minus 0 whole square, 2 minus 0 whole square. This comes out to be 1 -1 -1 -2. -2 square is 4 plus 4 is equal to square root of 8 is equal to 2 root. Then we have to find CD. It is -3 minus -1 whole square plus 0 minus 2 whole square. This comes out to be, so it's minus 3 plus 1. Minus 3 plus 1 is 2. 2 square is 4. And this is also 4. So it comes out to be square root of 8. Comes out to be, comes next, dA. dA is D and A. Square root of minus 3 minus minus 1. Minus 3 minus minus 1 whole square plus 0 minus minus 2. 0, 0 minus minus 2 whole square. So it comes out with, this is minus 3 plus 1. Minus 3 plus 1 is minus 2. Minus 2 square is 4. Plus, and this is minus 2 square is again 4. So it becomes square root of 8 is equal to 2 root 2. So basically all four sides are equal, and we can say that yes, it can be a square. But let's find out AC and BD to ensure that it is a square. So AC should be equal to BD. Let's find AC. So AC is equal to square root minus 1 minus minus 1 minus 1 minus minus 1 whole square plus 2 minus minus 2. 2 minus minus 2 whole square is equal to, this comes square root. It's minus 1 plus 1. Minus 1 plus 1. So it is 0 square, 0. Plus 2 plus 2. 2 plus 2 is 4. 2 plus 2 is 4. 4 square is 16. So it is square root of 16. That comes out to be 4. Let's find out BD also. This is B and this is D. Again, square root is minus 3 minus 1 square plus 0 minus 0 square. Comes out to be minus 3 minus 1 is minus 4. Minus 4 square is 16. And that comes out to be 4. See, we can, all the sides are equal and diagonals are also equal. Hence, it is a square. Yes. It's a square. Hence, proved. So coming to this question, name the type of quadrilateral form. So it's a similar kind of question. But see, we have the graph. It is better to first plot it on the graph. So you'll come to know whether what kind of figure it is making. Is it making a quadrilateral or it's making something else, or what kind of quadrilateral it's making? You will be able to figure it out, and then it will be easy for you to prove it. Okay, so let's plot it first. Minus 3, 5. First point, minus 3, this point, and 5. 5 is here. So this point is minus 3, 5. Then with 3, 1, let's say 3 and 1. This is the point. 3, 1. Then we have point 0, 3. So when it says 0, 3, it will lie on y-axis. So let's say 0, 3. This is the point. Hey, I could see that these 3 points are in the same line. These 3 points are in the same line. That means it will not even make a quadrilateral. And then comes minus 1, minus 4. Let's draw this point also, minus 1 and minus 4. This is the point. It is, I believe it's making a right angle triangle kind of a thing, figure. My line is a little tilted, but anyways, this looks like making a right angle triangle. So let's find out here. Just say this is 0, 3. Okay, so I'll put this point as A. This point is A. 3, 1 as B. This is B. And this point 0, C. I just put this point as C. And this point is D. See, if we are able to prove that A, C plus CB is equal to AC, AC plus CB is equal to AC. No, sorry, AC plus CB is equal to AB. If you are able to prove AC plus CB is equal to AB, that means these 3 lines are collinear, so it will not even make a quadrilateral. So we can directly prove it. Now let's find AC first. So what is AC? AC is square root of 0 minus minus 3 whole square plus 3 minus 5 whole square. 3 minus 5 whole square. So it comes out to be, this is 0, this is 3 square, 3 square is 9 plus 2 square is 4. So it comes out to be 9 plus 4 square root of 13. Let's find out CB. What is CB? CB is equal to CB square root of 0 minus 3 whole square plus 3 minus 1 whole square. So it comes out to be square root of 9 plus 4. It's again square root of 13. Let's find out the value of AB. So AB is equal to 3 minus minus 3, 3 minus minus 3 whole square plus 1 minus 5 whole square, 1 minus 5 whole square. So it comes out to be square root of 3 plus 3, 6. 6 square is 36. Plus 1 minus 5 is minus 4. Minus 4 square is 16. So it comes out to be square root of 52. So square root of 52 can be written as, because it is 4 into 30, we can write it as 2 root 13. So this part is proved that AC plus CB is equal to AB. So that therefore this ABCD is not a quadrilateral. It's not even a quadrilateral. It's a triangle. It's a triangle. Why? Because points A, B, and C are collinear. Point A, B, C are collinear. Okay. Coming to the next one. Name the type of quadrilateral formed if any of this. It's the same question. Another part. Let's find out. 4, 5. Okay. First, we are going to put these points on the graph sheet. Okay. That will give us clear idea on what exactly it is. So 4, 5. 4, 5. This is the point. 4, 5. 7, 6. 7, 6. This is 7, 6. Okay. Then we have 4, 3. All positives. Good. 4, 3. This is the point. And then we have 1, 2. 1, 2. This, wow, looks great. If I join these points, I just write there's 1, 2, and this was 4, 3. 4, 3. So this figure looks like zoom, zoom, zoom. So you tell me, what does it look like? As per me, it looks like a parallelogram. It looks like a parallelogram. So how can we prove it? So what are the properties of a parallelogram? The parallelogram properties are opposite sides are equal. So opposite sides are equal. This is one thing if we find. And second thing is, see, opposite sides are equal. It's a parallelogram. So we can say it is a parallelogram directly. Okay, let's find out. So let's consider this point as A, this point as B, this point as C, this point as D. Let's find out AB. AB square root of 7 minus 4 whole square. So it is 7 minus 4 whole square plus 6 minus 5 whole square. This comes out to be 7 minus 4 is 3. 7 minus 4 is 3. 3 square is 9 plus 1 square is 1. So it comes out to be square root 10. Well, then I'll find out BC. BC is equal to square root 4 minus 4 whole square. It's 4 minus 4. Oh, BC I'm finding 4 minus 7 whole square. 4 minus 7 whole square plus 3 minus 6 whole square. Comes out to be 4 minus 7 is 3. 3 square is 9 plus 3 minus 6 whole square is minus 3 square is 9. it comes out to be square root of 18. I can say 9 2s are 18, or I can write it as 3 root 2. Let's find out CD. CD is equal to square root 1 minus 4 whole square, 1 minus 4 whole square plus 2 minus 3 whole square. So 1 minus 4 is minus 3 square is 9, plus 2 minus 3 is 1, minus 1 square is 1. It comes out to be square root 10. And then we'll find out dA as well. dA is 1 minus 4 whole square, square root 1 minus 4 whole square plus 2 minus 5 whole square. So it comes out to be square root 1 minus 4 is minus 3 square is 9, plus 2 minus 5 is 3 minus 3 square is 9. So it comes out to be square root 18. That comes out to be 3 root 2. So from here we can say AB is equal to CD, and BC is equal to DA. BC is equal to DA. That means what? A, B, C, D is a parallelogram. Okay. So pretty straightforward question. Next question. Find the point on the x-axis which is equidistant from point this and this. See, earlier we had a question where the point was on y-axis. Now the point is on x-axis. When the point is on x-axis, okay, if any point on the x-axis will have the value of y as 0. So the point on the x-axis is, say, it will be x comma 0. So this will be the point on the x-axis. Okay, now this point is equidistant from A and B. Okay, and if I say this point is P, let's find AP. AP. So AP is equal to square root 2 minus x whole square plus minus 5 minus 0 whole square. And that comes out to be square root 2 minus x whole square plus minus 5 square. 5 square is 25. Okay, now we have to find BP. Square root minus 2 minus x minus 2 minus x whole square plus 9 minus 0 whole square is equal to minus 2 minus x whole square plus 81. Now we know AP is equal to BP. If AP is equal to BP, we can equate this. We can equate as this is, that means square root of 2 minus x whole square plus 25 is equal to square root of minus 2 minus x whole square plus 81. Now squaring both sides. From here, we'll say squaring both sides. My writing is bad, please avoid it, and that's why I'm saying each and everything what I'm doing. So it becomes 2 minus x whole square. Let's open it. So it becomes 4 plus x square minus 4x plus 25 is equal to, let's open this part also. It becomes 4 plus x square. Now, because both the values are this thing, so it becomes plus 4x plus 81. Okay, from here, x square will get cancelled out with x square. Okay, we'll move the variables on one side and the constants on the other side. So I'll just move 4x to this side. It becomes 8x, 4x plus 4x, 8x. And then this is 81 plus 4, 85. We'll move to the other side. Or you can say 4 is cancelled by 4. So it becomes 25 minus 81. So what is 81 minus 25? 5, 6, 7 minus 2 is 5, 56. So I can say minus 56 is equal to 8x. So value of x comes out to be minus 56 divided by 8. and the value of x comes out to be minus 7. The value of x is, what is the point? The point is the point P. Point P is minus 7 comma 0. So you have to write this answer minus 7 comma 0. We cannot just find the value of x. We have to find the point P, or point on the x-axis, which is equidistant from A and B, is minus 7 comma 0. Okay, let's move to the next question. Find the values of y for which the distance between the points this and this is 10 units. No, we know the distance. We know the distance already. So we'll say distance is equal to 10 units. And we also know the formula distance is equal to square root of x2 minus x1 whole square plus y2 minus y1 whole square. By now you must have this, you must be remembering this formula by heart. So let's find it. The distance between P and Q, square root 2 minus 10 whole square. It stays 2 minus 10 whole square plus minus 3 minus y. Minus 3 minus y whole square. So it becomes 2 minus 10 is minus 8. Minus 8 square is 64 plus minus 3 minus y. So the square will be, it will be same as this 9 plus y square plus 6y. So this is equal to t, right? Now, this is first equation. This is second equation. I can say d is equal to d, or put the value of d here. So this 10 is equal to, so 64 plus 9. What is 64 plus 9? 64, 73. 73 plus y square plus 6y. Now, squaring both sides. When you square both sides, it will become 100 is equal to 73 plus y square plus 6y. Now, it is becoming a quadratic equation. So I'm going to write it as y square plus 6y minus, because if I move 100 to this side, it will become minus 27 is equal to 0. So this is the quadratic equation which you have to solve now. Okay. So how to solve this equation? So first we'll break 27 y squared, 27 multiplied by y square into, we'll break 6y into two parts, so that its multiplication is equal to minus 27 y square. So let's break it down. Or minus 27, I'll just break it down, 27. So 3 9s are 3, 3s are. So we have these values. So I can say 9 and 3. 9 and 3. So I can write it as y square plus 9y minus 3y minus 27 is equal to 0. So y, I'll take it as common. It becomes y plus 9. And minus 3 as common, it becomes y plus 9 is equal to 0. What is common between this and this? Y plus 9. So I just write y plus 9 here. And what is left? Y minus 3 is equal to 0. So the value y will be minus 9 or y is equal to 3. So these are the two values. These are the two values which are equidistant from these 2 points. Okay, for the time, not equidistant means 10 units. Okay, so the points are, what are the points? It is 10 comma minus 10. This is the point. And 10 comma 3. This is the point. So these 2 points is at a distance of 10 units from point P. So the point, this point Q and or this point Q, or Q1 or Q2. These 2 points are 10 points distance or 10 units distance from point. So this is not one answer. There are 2 answers to it. So the questions can throw googly to you, but you have to answer it correctly. So coming to the next question, if 0, 1 is equidistant from P and R, find the value of X. Okay. So this is P, this is R. It is 5 minus 3. This point is P. And this is X comma 6. It's not minus 6, it's X comma 6. Okay. X comma 6. And this point is 0. This point is Q, 0, 1. Okay, it is equidistant. So we have to find the value of X. Okay, so let's find the value of PQ. Again, using the distance formula, 5 minus 0. So this is 5 minus 0 whole square plus minus 3 minus 1. Minus 3 minus 1 whole square. So it comes out to be square root of 25 plus minus 3 minus 2, 4 square is 16 plus 16. So 25 plus 16 is equal to square root of 41. And let's find out the value of PR. PR is equal to square root of X minus 0 whole square. Not PR. We're finding RQ. We're finding RQ or QR. QR. QR is X. So we have to take X minus 0 whole square plus 6 minus 1 whole square. That comes out to be X square plus 5 square is equal to X square plus 25. Okay. Now we know PQ is equal to QR. So we'll equate it. So we'll say X square plus 5 square is equal to square root of 41. So squaring both sides, it becomes X square plus 5 square is equal to 41, or X square is equal to 41 minus 5 square is 25. So here X comes as 41 minus 25 is 16. X square comes as 16. So value of X comes as plus 4 and minus 4. So these are two values which will come up. So the point Q is not point Q, point R. Point R is 4, 6 is the point, or the point R is minus 4, 6. These are the 2 points. These are the 2 points. Okay, so coming to next question. Find the relationship between X and Y such that the point XY is equidistant from 3, 6 and minus 3, 4. So we discussed this kind of question in an example earlier, where we proved that the relationship will be a line. It will not be a point. It will be a line. So let's try to find that point. Try to find that line. So we'll say this point is, say, A. This point is B and C. So let's find AB first. And we'll find AC, and then we'll equate AB to AC. Okay. So it becomes square root of X minus 3 whole square plus Y minus 6 whole square. I'll just open it up. It becomes X square plus 9 minus 6x. Every time I'm making this mistake. X square plus 9 minus 6x plus Y square plus 36 minus 12y. Okay, or I'll just reduce it further. So it becomes X square, and this is 36 plus 9. 36 plus 9 is 45 plus 45. And what's the value of y? X square plus y square. So it's X square. Let me clear it up first here. And then I have to. Okay, so this, I'll just make it small. It becomes X square plus y square plus minus 6x and minus 12y and plus 45. minus 6x minus 12y. Okay. Now finding the value of AC. AC is x minus minus 3. That means x plus 3 whole square plus y minus 4 whole square. It comes out to be x square plus 9 minus x square plus 9 minus 6, sorry, plus 6x plus y square plus 16 minus 8y. Okay. Now we know AC is equal to AB. When AC is equal to AB, let's equate it. Let's equate it. So it becomes x square plus y square, inside the square root, x square plus y square plus 45 minus 6x minus 12y is equal to square root of x square plus y square plus 6x minus 8y plus 16 plus 9 is 25. So squaring both sides. So this was AB and this is AC. Because AB is equal to AC, that's why we equated it. And now we are squaring the both sides. When we square both sides, it becomes x square plus y square plus 45 minus 6x minus 12y is equal to x square plus y square plus 6x minus 8y plus 25. Now x square plus y square, x square plus y square ka to ho gaya happy birthday. Okay, they get cancelled out. Now I'll move everything to one side to make an equation. So it becomes 6x and 6x. It becomes 12x. Okay, we have moved everything to the right hand side. It is minus 8y plus 12y. So it becomes plus 4y. And then we have 45. 45, it's minus 45 plus 25 comes as minus 20 is equal to 0. Now we can divide the entire equation by, divide the entire equation by 4. So it becomes 3x plus y minus 5 is equal to 0. And this is the equation of a line. This is the equation of a line. The 3x plus y minus 5 is equal to 0. So this is the relationship between the x and y. Okay. There could be a possibility that in your exam questions, they can ask you to draw this line on the xy plane. Okay, so coming to the next question. Find the coordinates of the point which divides the line segment joining these 2 points in the ratio 3:3. Now, they want us to find that point which is dividing it in the ratio 3:3. So now these are the questions which are related to we learned this question, not the questions, but we had. Okay, so this point is 4 comma minus 3 and this point is 8 comma 5. Okay, and there is a point somewhere. I'll just say P x comma y. This divided in the ratio 3:1. And this point I'll say M, and this I say N. Okay, so what is the formula we have? We have the formula as the value of x comes out to be M1 x2 plus M2 x1 divided by M1 plus M2. So this is the formula. Now what is the value of M1? So this is M1. This is M1. This is M2. Okay. And this is when you say M1, so this comes out to be, this is X1, Y1, and this is X2, Y2. These are the points. So now it is easy to find. Let's say X is equal to how much? M1, X2, that means 3 into X2 into 8 plus M2, X1, that is 1 into 4 divided by 1 plus 3 is 4. So this comes out to be 8 3 24, 8 3 24, 24 plus 4, is 28 divided by 4. That comes out to be 7. The value of x is 7. So this point comes out to be 7x. Now what is y? It's the same formula. m1 y2 plus m2 y1 divided by m1 plus m2. So again, we'll have to do the same thing. 3 into 5 plus 3 into 5 plus 1 into minus 3 divided by 3 plus 1, or comes out to be 4. So 3 5 is 15. 15 minus 3. 15 minus 3 is 12 by 4. That comes out to be 3. So the point is 7, 3. So point P xy is equal to 7, 3, or 7, 3 divides the line mn, or the points this and this in a ratio 3:1 internally. I believe that's clear. Okay, so coming to the next question, it says, in what ratio does the point minus 4, 6 divides the line segment minus 6, 10 and 3 minus 8. So there is a point A and there is a line. It is 3, minus 8. So I'll just say point B, and this is point A. It is minus 6, 10. Now they want to know this point minus 4, 6 somewhere in the middle. And we need to find in what ratio it divides it. See, in such questions where you have to find in what ratio does it divide, we can take it as m1 is to m2. Okay, what we have learned here. But if we take m1 and m2, so how many variables are there? There'll be 2 variables. So instead of that, instead of taking m1 is to m2, we can take a variable. I'll just erase it. So we can take a variable. We can say k is to 1. So now we have only one variable. So think, if something is dividing in the ratio 2:3. Okay, 2:3. We can also say that this dividing as 2/3:1. Isn't it? So in this case, now when we are taking k as variable, it is only one variable. It is one variable. But in case we take m1 and m2, there are 2 variables. So better option to quickly do it. It is better to take one variable. That is what I wanted to tell you here. So I'll just clear it up. And again, I'll say there is one point. This is the second point. Again, I'll just draw this line. It is minus 6, 10. And this is point 3, minus 8. This is point B. This is point A. And there is a point somewhere in the middle. And it is dividing in the ratio k is to 1. Now, how will you find this? In the same manner, what is the formula for finding x? X is equal to, we say m1 x2 plus m2 x1 divided by m1 plus m2. So this is the formula for finding x, isn't it? So let's put the value here. What is m1 here? So here m1 is equal to k and m2 is equal to 1. So let's put the points here. So what's the value of x? So it says minus 4, 6. So this is x, y. So x is minus 4. So I'll just say minus 4 is equal to m1 x2. m1 is k into x2 is 3. So I can say k into 3 or 3k plus m2 x1. This is 1 into minus 6. That is minus 6 divided by m1 plus m2. That is k plus 1. Okay. Now I'll cross multiply. So what it gives me? It gives me minus 4k minus 4 is equal to 3k minus 6. Now I'll move k this side and take 6 this side. So it becomes 6 minus 4. 6 minus 4 is 2 is equal to 7k. And the value of k comes out to be 2 by 7. So if the value of k comes out to be 2 by 7, then the ratio is 2 by 7. So we don't write ratio like this. We'll write it is 2:7. The ratio of k is to 1. We'll say k is to 1. So we can say 2 by 7 is to 1. That means the ratio is 2:7. How did we find that? We multiplied both the sides by 7. That's we did, and it comes out to be, here the 7 gets cancelled. It becomes 2:7. Now, I'm sure that some of you will have a doubt. We only took the value of x. Why we did not take the value of y? If you would have taken a value of y, then answer would have been different, isn't it? I believe most of the people must have thought it. But I'll tell you, even if you take y as for the formula, the answer will be 2 by 7 again. Okay, I'll explain that. Let me just find it with y, and then I'll explain you why, whether we'll take x or whether we take y. In both the cases, the ratio will come correctly, or ratio will be same. Okay, I'm just clearing it, the entire thing again, and I'll draw this question again. -6, 10 is the point. Here it is 3, -8. This is point A. This is point B, and here's point -4, 6. Okay, so this time I'll just take again, it's k is to 1, but this time I'm going to find from the value of y. So y is equal to, I'll take directly the formula. It is k into -8. So I'll say -8k plus 1 into 10, that is 10, divided by k plus 1. And what's the value of y here? The value of y is 6. So I'll just write, this is the value of y. Okay, this is x and this is y. So value of y is 6. So 6 is equal to -8k plus 10 divided by k plus 1. So if I cross multiply, it becomes 6k plus 6 is equal to -8k plus 10. So I'll just move the variables on one side and constants on the other side. So if I move it this side, it becomes 6k plus 8k is 14k is equal to 10 minus 6 is 4, right? So it becomes k is equal to 4 divided by 14, that is equal to 2 by 7. See, the answer came out to be same. The ratio was k is to 1. So we can say 2 by 7 is to 1. And again, 2 by 7, I'll just cross it out. It is 2 by 7 is to 1. So we'll multiply this side by 7 and this side by 7. So it becomes 7 will cancel out. It becomes 2:7. Okay. Now, why does it happen? Why it did not change? It did not change. It happened because, say, let me just make it. So this is the point, one point, and this is the second point. Okay. Now, if this point is dividing it in the ratio 2:7. Okay, and I'll make a triangle, right angle triangle, and if I make a perpendicular here, so by similar triangles, we can see that this triangle is similar to the bigger triangle. And because they are similar triangles, the x-axis, the x coordinates are also getting divided in the ratio 2:7. Is it clear? So we can directly do it only with x. We don't have to see y at all. We can directly do it with x. Okay. Now you would say, why it happened with y? So I'll just draw it on the other side. Now again, it is 2:7. Okay, if you look at this triangle and the bigger triangle, they are also similar. So it is again dividing into 2:7 ratio. Is it clear? So whether we do it from the x side or we do it from the y side, it doesn't matter. We will be able to get the same answer, the same ratios. Okay, so coming to the next question. It says, find the coordinates of the points of trisection. Trisection means dividing into 3 equal parts. Dividing into 3 equal parts. So of the line segment joining the points A, 2, 2 and this. Okay, let's just draw these points. So this is point A. I'll mark it as 2, comma, minus 2. And this is the point B with coordinates minus 7, comma, 4. So it has to be divided into 3 equal parts. So it's the first part, second part, third part. So this is one part, and this is one part, and this is one part. So 3 parts which are equal. Now, if I have to find this part, if I have to point this part, I'll just mark it as P. And I'll mark this point as Q. So the point P is dividing the entire line segment in the ratio 1 is to 2, isn't it? Because one side from A to P, it is one part, and from P to Q, it is 2 parts. So let's find out with this. So we are considering M1, M2 as 1 is to 2. So we'll take, I just clear it up and make it again. So this point is point A, this point is point B, and there is point P here. Now the ratio is 1 is to 2. And for the second point, I'll mark it as this is the first condition. This is the first trisection point. And the second condition is we have point A, and this is point B, and this is point Q here. And in that case, it will be dividing in the ratio 2 is to 1 because there are 3 parts. So 3 parts. So 2 parts is from A to Q and 1 part from Q to P. Okay, so use the first thing to compute it first. So A was minus 7, comma 4 and B is 2, comma minus 2. Okay, so from here we are finding the value of P. Okay, the value P. So the coordinates of P, I'll say X, comma X1, comma Y, or X, comma Y, I'll just mention for this. Okay, then it will come, then we'll take Q. So for finding, so P X, okay, the X value of P is equal to M2 X1, M1 X2. So M1 X2 is 1 into 2 plus M2 X1. What is M2? M2 is 2 here. So 2 into X1. So 2 into minus 7. 2 into minus 7 is minus 14. Divided by M1 plus M2, that is 3. So the X coordinate comes out to be is 14. Minus 14 plus 2 is minus 12. Minus 12 divided by 3. Minus 12 divided by 3, it comes out to be minus 4. Okay. And the Y coordinate of P, Py coordinate will be M1 Y1. So M1 is 1 into Y1 is minus 2 plus M2 Y2, that is 2 into 4 divided by M1 plus M2, that is 3. So it comes out to be minus 2 plus 8. Minus 2 plus 8 is minus 6. Minus 2 plus 8 is plus 6, sorry. Divided by 3. So it comes out to be 2. So the point P is minus 4, comma 2. Minus 4, comma 2. Okay. In the similar manner, we have to find the coordinates of XY. So QX, I'll find what is Q, the X of Q. Okay, it is getting divided into the ratio 2 is to 1. So I'll say M1 X2. So here this value comes as M1 and this value comes as M2. So I'll say 2 into X1, 2 into 2 plus 1 into minus 7 divided by M1 plus M2, that is 3. It comes out to be 4. 4. Minus 7 is minus 3 divided by 3. It comes out to be minus 1. And QY is equal to M1 Y1, that is 2 into minus 2 plus M2 Y1. This is 7, 4, right? Yes. M2 Y1. So M2 is 1. Y1 is 4. divided by m1 plus m2 is 3. So it is 2 into 2 minus 4 plus 4. Minus 4 plus 4 is 0 by 3, and it comes out to 0. So the point P was minus 4 comma 2, and point Q is minus 1 comma 0. So these are the 2 points which are dividing the line segment into 3 equal parts. Okay, coming to the next question. Find the ratio in which the y-axis divides the line segment joining the points this and this. So when they're talking about y-axis, so it is x, this is x-axis and this is y-axis. So when they talk about x and y-axis, any point on the y-axis will have the coordinates of, what's the value of x here? The value of x will be 0 and then y. So they want to know that these 2 points, this is point A and point B, if we make a line segment from A to B, the y-axis is dividing it into what proportion? So let's find out. So this is point A, 5 minus 6, and this is point B, minus 1 minus 4. And this is the point where y-axis is dividing it. So I'll just mention it as 0 comma y, and I'll put this point as P, point P. Now if I have to find out in what ratio it is dividing, let me just say that it is dividing in the ratio k is to 1, as mentioned in the previous question. We have to take k is to 1 and not m1 is to m2. Now putting the formula for this, it says x. So this is x and this is y. So x is equal to m1 x2 plus m2 x1 divided by m plus m1 plus m2. Okay, now putting the values here. What's the value of x? 0. 0 is equal to m1 x2. What is m1 here? This is the m1 and this is m2. So we can say k into minus 1. So this is minus k. So k into minus 1. And then 1 into 5. Plus 1 into 5 is 5 divided by k plus 1. So if you cross multiply, the value comes as 0 is equal to minus k plus 5. And it implies that k is equal to 5. Now it divides the line segment in the ratio 5 is to 1. When I say k is equal to 5, that means it is 5 by 1. So the ratio between m1 and m2 is 5 is to 1. Now they also want to find the point, of intersection. That means now we have to find the value of y. What is the value of y here, which you have to find? So let's find it out now, because we already know that it is dividing in the ratio 5 is to 1. We can easily find it with the formula. What's the formula here? So y is equal to m1 y2 plus m2 y1 divided by m1 plus m2. Okay, let's put the numbers here. So m1 is 5 multiplied by minus 4. 5 comes as minus 20 plus 1 into minus 6 comes as minus 6 divided by 5 plus 1. 5 plus 1 is 6. So it comes out to be minus 26 by 6. And if you divide it by 2, it comes out to be minus 13 by 3. So the value of y comes out to be minus 13.3. So what is the point P? The point P is 0 comma minus 13 by 3. Okay, so coming to the next question. If the points this are the vertices of a parallelogram, taken in order, find the value of P. Okay, we have to find the value of P. Okay, first of all, we should know about a parallelogram. So let's say this is a parallelogram. mind the lines which have gone here and there. Okay. So this point is A, B, C, and D. So these are the points. Now A is 6, 1. B is 8, 2. C is 9, 4. And D is P, 3. It's P, 3 is the small p. Okay, it's P, 3. Now, how to find this value? To find this value, what we are going to use one property of parallelogram. That property is that the diagonals bisect each other. That the diagonals bisect each other. So what we are going to do, we'll find the middle point here between A and C. So once we have this point, then because we already have these numbers there, so then it will be easy for us to find the value of P. Okay, let's consider this point as O, and we'll put the coordinates as x, y for this. Okay, now what is the midpoint of A and C? How to find that? We know that finding the midpoint, the value of x, the midpoint O, okay, this point x should be equal to 6 plus 9 divided by 2. Okay, so 6 plus 9 divided by 2. 9 plus 6 is 15. 15 divided by 2. It's pretty simple. And the y, value of y, it comes out to be 1 plus 4. This is 1, this 1, and this 4. Okay, 1 plus 4 divided by 2. Okay, finding the midpoint. Though we can find it with the other formula also. Okay, m1 x2 x2 m2 x1 divided by m1 plus 1. We can find from that. But for finding the midpoint, it is easy. We can directly find it with this formula x1 plus x2 by 2. Now it comes as 5 by 2. So this point x and y comes out to be 15 by 2, 5 by 2. Okay, these are the points. Now we know between D and B, so here we were, okay, initially we were finding the midpoint, of A and C. Okay, now that is O, x, y. So we found the value of O. Now we have to find with the same proportion formula. We'll say P plus 8 divided by 2 should be equal to 5 by 2, isn't it? Because O is also the midpoint of D and B. O is also the midpoint of D and B. So as O is the midpoint of D and B, we can say P plus 8 divided by 2 is equal to 5 by 2. So 2 will cancel out with 2. So P comes out to be minus 3. So you got the value of minus 3. Okay. So coming to the next question. Find the coordinates of a point. Okay, this is the exercise. Now it is the 7.2 exercise of NCERT. So when the initial questions started, they are pretty simple questions. So better option, we do each and every question quickly. So find the coordinates of the point which divides the join of this and this in the ratio 2:3. So I'll just make this point. This point is A. I'll just mention it -1, 7. And this point is B. I'll just mention it 4, -3. Now, so some point is dividing in the ratio 2:3, and I'll mention it as P x, y. Now, how to find the value of x here? So using the same formula, x is equal to m1 x2 plus m2 x1 divided by m1 plus m2. So let's put the values here. So it is 2 into 4, 2 into 4. 2 into 4 is 8 plus 3 into minus 1 is minus 3 divided by m1 plus m2. 2 plus 3. 2 plus 3 is 5. So it comes out to be 5 divided by 5, that is equal to 1. So value of x comes out to be 1. Similarly, we'll find y is equal to m1 y2 plus m2 y1 divided by m1 plus m2. So again, putting the values, 2 into minus 3 comes as minus 6, plus 3 into 7 comes as 21 divided by 5 comes out to be 21 minus 6 is 15 divided by 5, that comes out to be 3. So the value of pxy is equal to 1 comma 3. The points are 1 comma 3. Okay, so coming to the next question. Find the coordinates of the point of trisection. Now again we have to divide it into 3 parts. So this point is 4 comma minus 1, and there is another point which is minus 2 comma minus 3. Now it is getting divided into 3 parts. So this is first part, this is second part, and this is third part. So when I talk about this part, I'll just say mention P. This is A, this is B. If I mention about P, so P is getting, if we have to find the ratios, it is in the ratio of 1:2. P is in the ratio, so P is at the ratio of 1:2, and Q is at the ratio of 2:1. 2:1 because there are 2 parts. This is one part, second part. This part is Q. So Q is at 2 distance, or basically 2 parts, and this is 1/3 part. Okay, I believe this is clear. Now, let's find the value of P here. So I'll just say X. What is the value of Px? Px is basically the value of, I just say X and Y, and this is also Qx and Y. Okay, so Px is equal to m1x2. So we have the ratio 1:2. So I'll just say 1 into minus 2 plus 2 into 4 divided by 1 plus 2 is 3. So it comes out to be 2 is 8. 8 minus 2 is 6. 6 divided by 3. 6 divided by 3 is 2. So the value of x comes out to be 2, comma. Now let's find out the py. So it is 1 into minus 3 plus 2 into minus 1 divided by 1 plus 2 is 3. So it comes as minus 3 minus 2 is minus 5 by 3. So second y comes out to be minus 5 by 3. Now in the similar manner, we are going to find the value of q. Value of qx. So the qx comes out to be, we'll say 2 into minus 2, 2 into minus 2 plus 1 into 4 divided by 3. This comes 4. 4 minus 4 is 0. 0 by 3 is 0. And qy is equal to 2 into minus 3 plus 1 into minus 1 divided by 3. So this 2 into minus 3 is minus 6. Minus 6 plus minus 6 minus 1 is minus 7 by 3. So this point comes out to be 0, comma minus 7 minus 7 by 3. I hope you understood that. So coming to this question, it says to conduct sports day activities in your rectangular shaped school ground ABCD. Lines have been drawn with a chalk powder at a distance of 1 meter each. 100 flower pots have been placed at a distance of 1 meter from each other along AD. Okay, as shown in the figure 7.12. Niharika runs 1 by 4. It's actually 1 by 4, and it should be 1 by 5 here. 1 by 4th of the distance AD on second line and posts a green flag. Posts a green flag. Preet runs 1/5 of the distance AD on the 8th line and posts a red flag. What is the distance between both the flags? So let's make it on the graph. Okay, as of now, they have given it in form of a playground. But when we make it on a graph, okay, so the green flag, where is the green flag? Is at 2 distance because she's running in the second row. So at 2 distance here, and she has covered 1/4 of the distance of 100 meters. So what is 1/4 of 100? So 1 by 4 of 100, that comes out to be 25. 25. So where exactly it is? So the x coordinate here is 2 and the y coordinate is 25. So I'll just say this point, the green, where the green flag is put, it is 2, 25. And what is the other point? So this is the green flag. I'll just mark it as G. Now Preet runs 1/5 of the distance AD in the 8th line. So Preet is at 8th line. I'll just say this point, 8th, and she has covered 1/5 of distance. What is 1/5 of 100? That comes out to be 20. So the point is somewhere here. I'll just say it is 8 because the distance from here is 8. She's in the 8th row. She's in the 8th row for running. And then she has already covered 1/5 of the distance, 1/5 of 100 meters. So that means 8, 20. So instead of giving the coordinates, they have given in the form of a field. Now, I think it will be easy to find out the distance between the green flag and the red flag. Isn't it? So we have to find the distance between 225 and 820. And we know the formula. How to find it? The distance. How to find the distance? Distance is equal to x2 minus x1. Yeah, tell me how to find the distance. Okay, distance is square root of x2 minus x1 whole square plus y2 minus y1 whole square. Okay, so what is x2 minus x1? I'll just take 8 minus 2 whole square. So it becomes 8 minus 2 whole square plus 20 minus 25. 20 minus 25 is 20 minus 25 whole square. So it comes out to be 6 square. 6 square is 36 plus 5 square is 25. So 5 plus 6, 11. And it comes out with 61. So it comes out to be square root 61. If I have done it correctly. So 8 minus 2 is 6. 6 square is 36. 5 square is 25. 36 plus 25 is 61. Okay. So the distance between green flag and the red flag is square root of 61. And they also want to know the coordinates of the point where the lady should, the Rashmi should post a blue flag. So there's a blue flag in the middle of it. There's a blue flag in the middle of it. And we know to find the midpoint. So if B has the coordinates of x comma y, then x is equal to x1 plus x2 by 2. And y is equal to y1 plus y2 by 2. So x1 plus x2 by 2. Do it quickly. That will be 8 plus 2 by 2. So x is equal to 8 plus 2 divided by 2. And y comes out to be 20 plus 25 by 2. 20 plus 25 divided by 2. So 8 plus 2 by 2 is 10 by 4. X comes out to be 5. And y comes out to be 45 by 2. So the point B is 5, 45 by 2. These are the points. Okay, please understand, they can make a figure, but finally you should know the concept that we can draw it in a graph sheet, and then we can easily compute using the formulas. So coming to the next question. So in this question, it says find the ratio in which the line segment joining the points this and this is divided by -1,6. Yeah. So let's make this points, the point P as -3, 10. And then there's a point Q with 6, -8. And the line segment joining these 2 points is getting divided by 1, say R. And the points are -1, 6. Now, again, we'll consider that instead of M1, M2, we are going to say it is going to divide it in the ratio K is to 1. And we know the formula. If I consider this as X and Y, this is M1 and this is M2, this is X1, Y1, and this is X2, Y2, then the formula for finding X is M1 X2 plus M2 X1 divided by M1 plus M2. Right? M1 X2 plus M2 X1 divided by M1 plus M2. So let's put the points. So what is the value of X here? It's -1 is equal to M1 X2. That is K into 6. That is 6K. Plus M2 into X. M2 into X1. That is -3. 1 into -3. That is -3. Divided by M1 plus M2. That is K plus 1. Cross multiply, it becomes -K minus 1 is equal to 6K minus 3. And if I take K to the other side, it becomes 7K actually. 7K is equal to, if I move it this side, it becomes 2 minus 1 is 2. So the value of K comes out to be 2 by 7. K is 2 by 7. So the ratio is K is to 1. The ratio is K is to 1. What does it mean? It is 2 by 7 is to 1. So if I multiply both the sides by 7, it comes out to be 2 is to 7. So the ratio is 2 is to 7. This is the ratio. Okay. Find the ratio. So the ratio is 2 is to 7. Okay, so come to the next question. Find the ratio in which the line segment joining this and this is divided by x-axis. Now, this question, when we say x-axis, we know the y-coordinate on the x-axis will be 0. So if I draw x-axis, so any point on the x-axis, okay, say what will be the point? It will be x, 0, because the y-coordinate will be 0 here. Okay, so let's say this 2 points A is 1, -5, and the point B is -4, 5. Now we join these 2 points, and this is one point which is x, 0. So this point is C. Okay. Again, finding this in the ratio. The ratio is K is to 1. The ratio is K is to 1. Okay, I'll use the y formula because I don't know the value of x. I know the value of y. So from y, I'm going to find it. So what is the value of y? So this is y. This is y. So this is x, y. So y is equal to 0 here. Y is equal to 0 here. So I'll just say y is equal to m1 y2 plus m2 y1 divided by m1 plus m2. So we'll put the values here. So 0 is equal to k into y1 is 5, or it's say 5k, plus m2. m2 is 1. 1 into -5. So it is -5 divided by m1 plus m2, that is k plus 1. So if we cross multiply, it comes as 0 is equal to 5k minus 5, and the k value comes out to be 1. The value of k comes out to be 1. What does it mean? That means the ratio k is to 1 is 1 is to 1. 1:1 means the point C is the midpoint. The point C is the midpoint of the two sides, the 2 points. Okay, this point C is the midpoint of A and B. Okay, now they have said also find the coordinates of the point of division. So we're here, see, we already know the value of y. Let's find the value of x. For finding the value of x, what we're going to do? We can directly say, it's because it's 1:1, we can directly find the midpoint of it. We can directly find the midpoint of it. So we can say x is equal to -4 plus 1 divided by 2. So it comes up to be -3/2. So x is equal to -3/2. Is it clear? So coming to the next question. If these are the 4 coordinates are the vertices of a parallelogram taken into order, find the value of x. So any time we get this kind of question, we should draw that thing in rough to find out how exactly we can do it. Okay, this point is A 1, 2. This is B 4, y. This is C x, 6, and this is D 3, 5. Okay. Now, how to find the value of x and y? To find the value of x and y, we are going to use the property of a parallelogram that their diagonals, the diagonals bisect. Diagonals bisect each other. So let's find what is this point. So let's say this point is O. Now, see, we can see that the value of x is given here, the value of x is given here. So we can find the value of x from here. And the value of y is given here, the value of y is given here. So we can find the value of y. So we will be able to identify what is the value of x and y from both using all the 4 points. So let's find the value of x. So OX. Okay. So I'm taking D and B. Okay. From D and B, it's a midpoint. So I know, so it is 3 plus 4 divided by 2. So it comes out to be 7/2. So now I know the point here is 7/2, comma. And for y, I'm finding out y using A and B. It is 2 plus 6/2. So it is 2 plus 6/2. It comes out to be 8/2, comes out to be 4. So this point is 7/2, 4. This is it. Now we have to find the value of x here. We have to find the value of x. So we also know that the x coordinate here of O is also the midpoint of A and C. So we can find from here. So we can say x, that is 7/2. 7/2 is equal to 1 plus x divided by 2. Okay, 2 will cancel out by 2. So the value of x comes out to be 6. So this value comes out to be 6. Now we have to find y here. So for finding y, what we are going to do? We'll say y, what's the value of 4? So I'll say 4 is equal to. So from the value of O, I'm finding it. Considering 4 as a midpoint of it, of D and B, I'm trying to find it out. So 4 is equal to 5 plus y divided by 2. Okay. So cross multiply, it becomes 8 is equal to 5 plus y and 5 plus y. So y comes out to be 3. So the y here is 3. Okay, so coming to the next question, it says find the coordinates of the point A, where AB is the diameter of the circle whose center is 2, -3 and B is 1, 4. Let's make a circle here. Let's make a magical circle here. This circle, this is the center. Now the center is 2, -3. -3. And they have given a point B here, which is 1, 4. Okay. Now, if I have to make a diameter, I can say diameter is double and it's dividing in the ratio 1:1. Right. So I'll just say the center point was O, this point is B, and this point is A. So coordinates of, if I'm considering coordinates of A are X and Y. So I know that O is the center. So if I say X plus 1 by 2, it should be 2. So I'm trying to find out with the midpoint rule. So I can say X plus 1 divided by 2 should be equal to 2. So it comes out to be X plus 1 is equal to 4. So X comes out to be 3. So the value of X here is 3. Similarly, we'll find the value of Y. So we can say Y plus 4 divided by 2 is equal to -3. So Y plus 4 is equal to -6 and Y is equal to -10. So this is 3, -10. These are the points, X and Y. So we have only taken O as the midpoint. When O is the midpoint, so we have to say the half of X. So 1 plus X divided by 2 is this. And Y plus 4 divided by 2 is -3. Okay, pretty easy one then. Coming to the next question. If A and B are this and this respectively, find the coordinates of point P such that AP is equal to 3. It is 3 by 7 of AB. AP is equal to 3 by 7 of AB. So this is the question. So if A and B are this and this respectively, find the coordinates of point P so that AP is equal to 3 by 7 AB. Oh, it's a pretty good question. Okay, I wrote it correctly initially. So let's point A is this. It's -2, -2. And this is point B. I should write it clearly. It is 2, -4. Now this is the point P. So let's say this is the coordinates X, Y. And we know that AP is 3 by 7 of AB. So when I say AP is equal to 3 by 7 of AB, what does it mean? So if I divide AB into 7 parts, so from A to B, if I divide it into 7 parts, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There are 7 parts. The third part is AP. This is simple meaning, isn't it? So it is dividing into, so this is 1, 1, 1. So this is 3. And this is 1, 1, 1, 1, 4. So it is dividing in the ratio 3:4. See, you don't get confused that they have given 3 by 7. Please understand that they have divided A to B into 7 parts and the distance AP is 3 of it. So the ratio is 3:7. So this is, the ratio is 3:4. The ratio is 3:4. Is this part clear? Now we can do it quickly because we know the formula for X and Y. So if I consider this as X1, Y1, and if I consider this as X2, Y2, and this is M1 and this is M2. So we know the formula. X is equal to, what is X? It is M1 X2 plus M2 X1 divided by M1 plus M2. I write this formula every time. Reason being, I want you to remember it by heart. So let's write 3 into 2. It is 3 into 2, 6 plus 4 into -2 is -8 divided by 3 plus 4, 7. So the value of X comes out to be -2 by 7. So it is -2 by 7, -2 by 7. Now, similarly, we have to find the value of Y. Y is equal to M1 Y2. So it is 3 into -4. So 3 into -4 is -12 plus 4 into 2. 4 into 2 is 8 divided by 7. So it comes out to be minus 4 by 7. So second point is minus 4 by 7. So these are the coordinates of point X and Y, which divides AB into a ratio 3:4. Okay, please don't get confused by this. This is the googly which they threw to us, and we should be able to make a six runs on this googly. Okay, coming to find the coordinates of the point which divide the line segment joining this and this into 4 equal parts. Now, previously we had 3 equal parts. Now we have to find 4 equal parts. Is it a difficult question? You tell me. This is A and this point is B. And we have to divide into 4 equal parts. 1, 2, 3. So there are 4 equal parts. So if I have to find this, then M1 should be equal to 1 and M2 should be equal to 3 because it's 1:3. If I have to find this one, then M1 should be equal to, it's the half. So we can easily find it by half. So M1 is equal to 2 and M2 is equal to 2. That way it's simpler to understand. And if I have to find this, then we can say M1 is equal to 3 and M2 is equal to 1. This is one way of finding it. Or there could be one simpler way of finding it. What is the simpler way of finding it? Simpler way of finding it is, because these are even number of points of 4 points. So this point is A, this point is B. Okay, let's find the middle point. How do we find middle point? This A plus B by 2. We already know that. Okay, then with the middle point, we'll again find the middle point. So here also between, so if I say A, B, middle point is C. So we'll find the middle point of A and C. So we'll consider this as D, and we'll find the middle point of D and B. It comes out to be, say, E. So we can find it by easily finding middle point. So instead of using the M1 formula, we can directly use the formula A plus B by 2, and we will be able to find it. So let's find the midpoint of A and B. Let's find the midpoint of A and B. So that will be the second point. Okay, so I'll just consider this is C, D. I mentioned it in this, so I'll just say D, C, and E. Okay, I'll consider the same way. So what is the coordinates of C? The coordinate of C, X. Cx, it's half of it. So I can say 2 minus 2 divided by, because it's dividing in the ratio of 2. So basically there are 2 parts only. So it comes out to be 2 minus 2, 0. It comes out to be 0. So this point is 0. The coordinates of C is, I just write, C is 0, comma. Now what is Cy? Cy will be 8 plus 2. This is 8 plus 2. So 8 plus 2 is 10 divided by 2 is 5. So I can say this is 0, 5. Okay. Now we have this point 0, 5. A is already minus 2, 2. And B is 2, 8. Now we have to find the midpoint of C and B. C and B. Let's find out midpoint of C and B. So I'm finding E now. What is Ex? Ex is equal to 2 plus 0 by 2. Okay, that comes out to be 1. So this point comes as 1, comma. And what is Ey? Ey is 8 plus 5. 8 plus 5 divided by 2. So 8 plus 5 divided by 2. So 8 plus 5 is 13. 13 divided by 2. So this comes as 13 divided by 2. Okay. Now we'll find D. Dx. Or what? So D is a midpoint of what? D is a midpoint of A and C. D is a midpoint of A and C. So let's find from there. So it is equal to minus 2 plus 0. Minus 2 plus 0 by 2. So it comes out to be minus 1. So minus 1. And dy will be 5 plus 2 divided by 2. It comes out to be 7 by 2. 7 by 2. Okay. So we can do it in multiple ways. Okay. And this is the easier way when we have to find out 2 parts or 4 parts or 8 parts. We can directly do half, 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 and we will be able to find it. Else, we'll have to use the formula x is equal to m1 x2 plus m2 x1 divided by m1 plus m2 3 different times, and then we'll be able to find out. So it's basically smart work in certain questions, not in all questions though. Okay, so coming to the next question. It says, find the area of a rhombus if its vertices are this, taken in order. So, you know that area of a rhombus is 1 by 2 product of its diagonals. Please remember this part, the area of a rhombus. So if we make a rhombus like this. So first, this is one diagonal and this is another diagonal. Okay, so this is point A, B, C, D. So what is the area? So area is equal to half AC into DB. This is what you have to find out. Half AC into DB. So that means first we have to find the distance between A and C and DB, and then we can find the area. Isn't it? So let's say this point is A, this point is B, this point is C, and this point is D. Okay, so let's find AC first. AC is equal to. So AC is equal to. So how to find the distance? Now, by now you must be remembering the formula. So it is x2 the square root of x2 minus x1. It is minus 1 minus 3 whole square. So minus 1 minus 3 whole square plus y2 minus y1. This is 4 minus 0 whole square. 0 whole square. So this is the distance of AC. It's fine. It's 4 square. This is minus 4 square is 16 plus 4 square is 16. So it comes out to be 16 plus 16, 32, or we can say it's 4 root 2. 4 root 2. So 16 plus 16 is 32. I just write it as square root 32. And if we compute it further, it comes out to be 4 root 2. Okay, because 16 will come out. Okay, now we have to find dB. What is dB? dB is equal to square root d and b minus 2 minus 4 minus 2 minus 4 whole square plus minus 1 minus 5 minus 1 minus 5 whole square. So what's the value? It just comes as 6 square, so it comes out to be 36 plus this is also 6 square, comes out to be 36. So it becomes 6 root 2. So now we know AC is equal to 4 root 2 and DB is equal to 6 root 2. And we know area is equal to half into AC into DB. So let's put the value 4 root 2 into 6 root 2. Now root 2 plus into root 2 is 2 and it will cancel out here. So area comes out to be 24 square units. Sorry, 24 square units. And okay, so we are done with the chapter. All NCERT questions are done. But please subscribe to the channel because we'll be discussing a few questions before your exams. That will be extremely helpful in gaining additional marks during your exams. Okay, so please subscribe to the channel. Have a nice day. Happy learning. Bye-bye. Take care.